Hi, my name is Don Oshman, Editor-in-Chief of Publisher of HideNet.com, Market Reports. Thank you for watching. It's a Sunday night weekend review. The highlight of this week is my wife made me order these Nike athletic shoes. I have a size 15 shoe, which are hard to get. And it's notable by this $130 shoe is that there's not an ounce of leather in it. And that's a problem we have with the leather industry all over the world, but it does say HideNet on it. Maybe I could make it deductible. Okay, in Europe this week, we're still in California, but in Europe this week, the market was steady to firm, and traders and dealers were generally well sold, as well as the abattoirs, which kept prices up. European tanners, mainly Italians, easily outbid Asians because of the dollar situation, but what business did go on, the Italians took. But there was not a lot of volume. It was a quiet week. Also, which is common, you don't have to be a genius to figure it out, the recession in Europe has hurt the automobile business, but the German manufacturers, who have offices, plants all over the world, are still selling plenty of cars. What noise is that today? The Vilskin market remained firm, as has been, and the European bulls, because of the automobile business, are also very busy. And South Germany sold at EU 225 delivered in the euro dollars, and French bulls sold at 235 kilo delivered in euros. North America, the market was steady with steers and cows, which surprised me because I predicted them to go down, so my predictions were lousy. Texas sold for the most part at $1.04 CNF, tough to get $1.05 CNF, and the FOB price was around $98. The USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, predicted that there's going to be a continued heavy cow kill that is basically commensurate with last year, and still the cow price hasn't really gone down very much. You'd think it would. Drought conditions continue in many western states, which affect cattle production and cattle slaughter. The outstanding for the period was up 35%. That means hides that have been sold but not yet shipped. But actual shipments were down 13% from the previous week. And most important, the cattle on feed and placements into feedlots was down 3% from the previous year. This year, May 31st, whatever it is, 2012 versus 2013. So there's less cattle in the feedlot, which will mature in 3-4 months for packers to buy. We also talked in great length about this week's report about the wet blue forest. Can you see the forest through the trees being wet salted hides? There's an awful lot of wet blue, a surplus of wet blue, and as a result those prices are weak, disproportionately so compared to hides. In Latin America this week, the headlines out of Brazil, Brazilian report where fresh hide prices are up again. Meanwhile, the poor tanner who has to buy these hides from the abattoir are now getting about $1.55 CFR for TR1 wet blue. That's in the best case. This $1.57 that was the benchmark a couple of weeks ago is no longer possible. To make it even harder for the domestic tanner is that their customers, the domestic manufacturer, primarily of footwear, have also reduced prices because of the dollar and the real is down 8.3% in June alone. 8.3% devaluation of the currency just in the month of June. So the Brazilian tanners are really squeezed. Uruguayan tanners having the same problem. Somebody said to him, I think David Holes, who writes our reports there, said, what are you going to do if you have to pay too much for fresh hides? He says, I'm going to lose money. Well, why are you going to lose money? Because if I shut down, I lose more money. I'll never recover, so I have to keep buying these fresh hides at a loss, hopefully to keep operating, hope for better days. This Week in Leather talks about the Pakistani tanning zone, which was forced to close because of pollution, how the U.S. economy continues to slowly improve, how the Chinese central bank tightened the money supply. That was kind of a crisis over there last week. And there's a great report on global athletic footwear, which talks about a lot of this stuff. There's another report on the Expo Riva shoe report, SHA, in Italy, Italian shoe show. And in China, because the pollution is so bad, they're talking about limiting new car sales and giving license plates in China this week because they've got to do something about pollution. Meanwhile, April passenger cars rose globally and raw material prices eased. We talked about that, and we talk about in This Week in Leather is the bloom off the rose. We're going to see this price leather going into the last half of the year. Read our report and find out a lot of information that helps you make money by reading HideNet. www.hidenet.com. Can your business afford to be without it? Thanks for watching.